This video will show you how to replace the rear drum bearing on a GE dryer. Safety first, so always disconnect power before servicing any electrical appliance. Also, the inside edges of the machine are very sharp and everything in there can cut you and cause serious injury, so be careful. Once you get the drum out and you have the whole machine disassembled, here's the bearing. You can see it's got play in it. You can hear it rattling side to side. Well, that was causing noise at that rear bearing area. Sometimes this bearing is completely gone, just disintegrated, and you have metal on metal. Of course, then it'll be screeching really bad. First thing to do to change it is to remove the O-ring that's holding the bearing in place. And if you don't know how to disassemble the machine, go ahead and get a hold of the video down in my descriptions there for GE disassembly, and you'll see how to get to this point. And also there's a video there for reassembling as well if you need it. Pull the old bearing off, and then you want to get some sandpaper after you've got the O-ring and the bearing removed, and sand that post. Now if your post is damaged, say it went metal to metal for a long time and it damaged either the post or the part that receives the post, well, then you'd want to do the whole kit where you have all these parts replaced. Most of the time on the rear bearing for this type of dryer, you can just replace the bearing and the O-ring, and that's what I'm doing here. So if you need to do the other parts, go ahead and unbolt them and replace them as well, of course. Once I've sanded it and cleaned it, now I'm going to go ahead and get the package here that has the new bearing in it. And I don't know if you can see the part number on that or not, but you definitely need to let yours be looked up by using the model number for your machine to get the right parts. And get that bearing out of there. It's a plastic bearing. Set it in place. You can see it has very little wiggle room now compared to what the other one did. I always go ahead and put a dab of high temp bearing grease on the inside of the bearing where it's against the shaft. But make sure you use high temp if you're going to do this. And just a little bit is all you need. Get that in there. Okay. Next thing to do, of course, is to put the new O-ring on. So let me grab that package. And again, I don't know if you can see part numbers on that or not, but I'll just go ahead and get it out of the package. They should be able to look it up for you wherever you're buying your parts from. And if you want, you can buy them from me just by going to the website link that was at the beginning of the video. And just slide that O-ring on. There we go. Now before we slide the drum into place and reassemble the whole machine, I'm going to go ahead and roll a piece of sandpaper up and stick it in there where it receives the bearing at. Just to make sure it doesn't have any burrs or anything, get it good and clean. And I'm going to put a dab of high temp wheel bearing grease here as well. And once that's done, you'll be ready to reassemble the machine. So see the video below in the descriptions box if you need the video for putting it back together. And I appreciate your view of my videos. Thank you.